Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe and have for years. Thank you, thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. Don't forget to go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed. And I think that's about all. Sarah is okay. She is taking the weekend off. She's supposed to be resting, but she says she's okay. I don't. It's not really my place to say more than what I have. So you just have to wait until you can ask her yourself how much she wants to talk about it. But fingers crossed, she seems okay. So, but yes, trying to get her to rest is not easy. So anyway, thank you, Rob. That's very kind of you. Yes, today's nails, they're a little more curved than I like, but wow. I mean, look at that pattern. I don't know how well you can see it, but I think they're a lot of fun. So, all right. Anyway, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to use this. It just makes me happy. But with all of the Cancer energy that's starting to happen over the next few days, I thought this would be appropriate, considering in astrographics, when I start talking about the sign of Cancer, I explain it as being, the setting is like a seaside village where everybody knows everybody else, and it's really a family-oriented, emotional, but home-based, close kind of place. So anyway, all right. Yes, Mega Karen, 2 days until Jupiter leaves Gemini for Cancer. Exactly. Thank you, Lois. Sorry, let me know if that noise is too much. Actually, no, I should just close the door. Okay, hang on. We're gonna get there. Okay, we'll get there. All right. Okay. So actually, we're gonna start out with I just wanted to mention what's going on astrologically, because it's a good time to be aware, especially if, how do I put this? Let me pull up ye old. There, put this over here so I can timestamp everything. So starting at 4 minutes. Okay, starting at 4 minutes. Astrology. Now here's the thing, even if you're not usually big on the astrology portions of the channel, even though it is in the title of the channel. Anyway, Venus has just moved into Taurus. And for those of you who, one day I will update this, but for now, this is the basic chart. And right here, this green, right here, this is Taurus. It's ruled by Venus. And so when Venus goes into Taurus, it's really happy. It's home. And I have mixed feelings about planets in their own signs, because sometimes I think I think they're like, I'm home, so fine, I'm gonna put on this ratty sweatpants and I'm gonna let it all hang out. I mean, I know that's kind of the opposite of what Venus does because it's all about beauty, but still, they tend to get a little much in their own signs. Venus rules 2 signs, Taurus, and then over here, this pink thing, this is Libra. Anyway, but so Venus is home. And so there are a lot of astrologers saying, oh, this is going to be great. It's going to be beneficial. This Taurus is an earth sign. It's about the material world. It's gardens. It's money. It's just a very down to earth sign. And so this could be great. It's going to be lovely. And it's like, well, hang on. Wait a minute. Something to keep in mind is that right now, Venus is just entering Taurus. So I need Mr. Pumpkin. Come here, Mr. Pumpkin. Where are you? This is what you're for. This is one of your many uses. There you go. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There. Okay. No. Okay, Mr. Back Scratcher, you move. No, just okay. It's Mr. Pumpkin. He's back. All right. So right here, dun, 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 this is Taurus, and the planets move counterclockwise. So right here is where you enter Taurus. Well, here's the thing. Each of these signs is 30 degrees. So you go back 30. Whoops, this way. Go back 30, 60, 90. So anything at the beginning of Aries is going to be square, 90 degrees away from Venus going into Taurus. Pluto is in the first degrees of Aquarius, which means Pluto, which is all about obsession, intensity, rules Scorpio over here. That life and moments between life and death, creation and destruction, all of this kind of intensity is grinding up against the power of love and beauty. So it's not like any of us set out to get a stalker. I'm just saying that this is not a great time to be putting yourself in any kind of risk. Your mileage may vary as far as how it's going to affect you because of where it falls in your chart. I just want to make sure I put it out there that there's some very, very intense energy right now. Give it a little time. Venus moves pretty quickly. It's closer to the sun than we are. It's booking it. It's moving. But just at least let it go a little further. Let it go down. Farther down into Taurus to get out of that square aspect to Pluto up here before you take big risks with your safety. Just saying. Okay. There was one other thing. Oh, the other thing we've been talking about is we've talked about Cancer energy, which is why I was using this particular overlay. Let me get rid of that. Right now, it's really good to understand what energy we are. We live in a sea of energy. It's really good to keep an eye on kind of what's going on so that we don't get blindsided, that we're not just do. Knowledge is power. So even if you don't read charts. I just want to point out that I said right here, it was talking about Venus here, just going into Taurus, and then Pluto's up here in Aquarius, and they are squaring that red line. They're squaring each other. But we still have all of these outer planets changing signs in aspect to each other. We're still waiting. We have to wait till the beginning of July 6th, for Uranus, the last of the outer planets, to change signs. But look at Jupiter right at the bottom. 29 degrees, 29 minutes of Gemini. It's got 31, not even degrees, it's got 31 minutes left before it goes into Cancer, which it will do on Monday evening in the US. So it's about to change signs. Venus just changed signs on the 17th. Even Mars is going to change signs into Virgo. This is all new energy. I mean, the moon moves really, really quickly. Mercury's moving really, really quickly. And yes, Venus moves along at a clip. But so you've got Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all changing signs within months of each other. All of them. That's all of them. And because of that, they're an aspect to each other because they're all in the first degrees of these new signs. This is huge energy. So for the next couple of days, it'll be nice. We're not actually in Cancer season until the 20th when the sun goes into Cancer, but on Monday, Jupiter moves into Cancer. Mercury, you can see, is right there. So we're going to get a whole bunch of this home energy as well, and they're all an aspect to each other. So we have collective will, but we have seen over time that as much as we may think, okay, this is where we are, this is what we're doing, when it comes to the outer planet specifically, but the astrology can, the sheer amount of energy flowing through can take our collective energy, the things we're trying to do, the things we think are going to happen, and it can just blow that away. Just like us, we are in a sea of energy. Think of it as currents coming through. So we have our energy amongst ourselves and what we're doing here, but this energy just goes, and it kind of dissipates our collective will to a little bit, to some extent, reading on the collective, because it's like, no, this is a huge current. And then things will settle back, and then it kind of, our own collective will and energy starts to reassert itself. But this summer, there's just huge amounts of energy coming through. So, yes, Sandra, not to mention the massive solar flare that happened recently. Yes, exactly. So, I just wanted you to be aware of this summer in particular. Because I'm going to still read on, use the tarot cards, which is reading on the collective energy. I'm still going to be here, of course. I'm always here. But be aware that there is so much energy coming through from the outer planets, that things that we think, oh yeah, we know. No, if they decide they're just going to blow through and make something else happen, it's going to be like, Oh, Amy, thank you so much. It really helps. Oh, might be my last one. I'll let you know by Wednesday. Oh, I hope everything goes okay. not because of what you're doing for me, but I just hope everything's going okay. Everything goes okay for you. Also, I did want to thank Carl for becoming a new member. Nicholas, LAPD is refusing to help ICE. I'm overjoyed. Excellent. Thank you. And Marietta, thank you. Oh, South Florida. Excellent. Take care. Thank you. Okay. So you got the message? Okay. All right. Okay. No, don't be scared. Don't be scared. No. I'm just saying sometimes, I mean, really it's like if it's like if storms come through. It's not all storms are bad. Sometimes you're desperate for the like here in Chicago, we really need the rain. No, sometimes storms are beautiful and the perfect time to cozy up with some tea and a book and life-giving and all of that good stuff. Sometimes they're destructive, but what do? We just go, okay, well, I'm not going to go on a hike today out in the storm. We're going to kind of pull together and make some soup and just be good to each other. So that's this summer. That should be, it's our summer of coziness. So, oh, thank you, Nettie. Oh, Amy, you got 3 inches of rain, which we really needed. Excellent. Renee says, I enjoy a good thunderstorm. Me too. All right. Oh, Lisa, thank you so much. It really helps. Thank you. All right, so we'll jump into the news. And anybody, if you missed yesterday, I made 5 posters about the craziness going on between Dumpy and the flunky, but we're actually starting somewhere else, because at 17:30 Terry was asking, but actually Cosmic Goat Lady as well and Cam all had questions about this. So Kilmar Garcia is back in the country, is what I've heard. Joyce, I don't know what you mean. So at least he's out of El Salvador. Yay. But what the heck? Pam Bondi, who I would not believe if she said water was wet, said the grand jury found evidence that Kilmar Garcia was smuggling, I have to be careful on YouTube, pew-pews and trafficking. Was this grand jury assembled by the DOJ operatives just to falsify evidence? If the evidence is real, why wasn't he given due process? Did the DOJ fabricate evidence to make their narrative stick? Entertainment only, YouTube. Coral says it's disgusting what's happening. Oh, I understand. Okay. He has small kids. Those poor, I mean, his wife and it's poor kids. In this deck, this king of, it's really hard to see, but this king of cups, emotional, he has a very dubious look on his face, like, now there's absolute corruption, burden, and then a decision, a legal decision made. who wants to put down a shiny new nickel on whether this incredible corruption and burden is Garcia or if it's what the government did to him? Legal decision, very dubious of that. And there's a Chariot, which is trying to turn this into some kind of show trial, some kind of Debsy says he was pulled over in like 2012 or 2016. He had several immigrants in his car, but no charges were filed. Surprise! Woodpile, which is pointing out the Two of Swords has been off your charts. It has been showing up a lot. Yeah, Raymond, I don't trust Bondi. Yeah. Joyce says, I heard what happened. They're going to charge him with this human trafficking. Garcia was driving other migrants to a job site. So trafficking is being in traffic? Do you get into, like, do you get in trouble for how many stoplights you go through, or what was the speed? What the heck? See, it was 2016. This is ridiculous. Whew. Innocent Potato, yeah, we're not big fans of Pam Bondi around here. We just aren't. And that is our right. Oh, yeah. Okay, on the defensive. All right. Big show trial. Big show of, not trial, but show of making an example of him, basically trying to CYA, if you know what that stands for. There's the sun, all out in the open, big, bright, aggressive law enforcement, over aggressive. Page of Cups. This is just a person. This is just, can be a child, or it can just be someone who doesn't have a lot of power, who's just like, what? And Knight of Pentacles, which makes me wonder if he's going to sue the government. He should, from what I've heard, from what I've seen. Joyce Matthews says, now they're saying he's the head of a gang in New York City, even though he's never lived there. Does he come down the chimney on Christmas Eve and steal candy from children's stockings? Does he do that too? Woodpile Witch, yeah, he gets around. Oh, yeah. Criminal mastermind. Please. I says, nope, Tooth Fairy. Oh, there you go. Woodpile Witch, maybe he's the Tooth Fairy. And what is he doing with the teeth? And where is he getting the money to put under the pillows? 10 of Cups. His family would be glad to see him. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. This is the dynasty, the haves and the have-nots. This is also Trump's legacy. 3 of Swords, legal pain. As in, your legacy is you done messed up. You did some damage. Lisa says it's amazing. These charges weren't filed before they deported him without due process. I know, it's just a puzzle, isn't it? So at 25:10, thank you for being here and going to the news with me. Our news with all together. Cosmic Goat Lady was asking, will Garcia be charged with bogus charges and be sent back to El Salvador or worse? Hope not. I wouldn't think so. Just ask, if you're just asking, was he part of the New York mafia families in the 1960s? That must be it. Hello, James. Terry says, who needs to smuggle pew-pews into this country? Exactly. You just go down the street and buy some. This is MAGA ending up on the defensive. Yeah. What was the Trump administration? What were they doing with their resources? And then he may eventually get some money, but this is this is not him being sent back to El Salvador. So that's it, Lois. He was smuggling tacos. Oh, I keep meaning to have tacos. I've got to remember. Oh, no, I've got some rice to eat. I could do that. I could do lunches and snacks with the rice. My heart needs tacos. I have some taco shells. I have some vegan ground meat type. Got some taco seasonings. I have some lettuce, and that's all I need. That should be dinner. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not seeing him being sent back to El Salvador. And then KM was asking, is there anything the public can do? Make a fuss about it. Speak out. That this man was treated so horribly unfairly. Because here's the thing, you don't have to like this guy. I'm not saying there's any reason to not like him. I don't know anything. I don't know him. But all I'm saying is, if this stands, the government, this government, the Trump administration, they won't stop there. That's the rub. And what, you're just going to grab people and just throw them in a cell and throw away the key with no due process, no nothing? There are other countries other than El Salvador that the dumpy administration have been talking about sending people, sending them to Libya, sending them to, where was it? Somewhere else in Africa. Everyone is going to get, all the good people are going to get hurt. So Deborah says, I had 2 tacos watching you on Tuesday. Oh, they were magic. Good. So what we can do is not forget, keep bringing up this case. Make sure it doesn't fall away. Yes, I think it may have been Sudan, Grace. Thank you. Alice is Sudan as well. So okay, that's probably it. So thank you. Anyway, okay. All right. There's conflicting information at 30 minutes in. There's conflicting information on if have things de-escalated between Dumpy and the flunky, between the, what was it, the golf cart messiah and the techno pariah. I took down the, I only have so much space here on StreamYard, so I actually took down those posters I made yesterday. But there's stars saying, oh yeah, it's completely de-escalating. And then there's some other people saying, oh no. I don't want to underestimate how petty and awful these people are. Although I'm kind of liking the mental image of one rumor I heard, which was Susie Wiles taking Donald's phone. Give me that. But so Cindy was asking if Mucky had taken his golden key and kept quiet, would Dumpy have left him alone with all the current contracts he has now? If it stayed quiet, they absolutely would. There wouldn't be any issue, because that's one of the key things about being in a cult. You don't question the leader. You keep your head down and your mouth shut, and except to praise with tears in your eyes, sir. Yeah. So Chris Cool was asking that Rick Wilson, oh, I didn't see it. Rick Wilson offered Elon Musk some scathing advice on a Substack column. I wasn't able to look that up, I'm afraid. But I definitely want to check in on what's happening there. Because the big thing, the thing that Trump does have to worry about, I mean, it may be an Epstein-y thing that Trump needs to worry about. I don't know. But Musk has access to a lot of money. And if Musk decides that he's going to back primary challengers and Democrats in the midterms, oh, that could really, really hurt the Republicans. So I want to look at that. And then Musk has been talking about setting up a new party. And longtime viewers, you know what I think about setting up third parties, considering we have we have different parties in this country. We just have a built-in coalition or built-in coalitions. So trying to start a third party just messes up. It's a spoiler. That's all it is. So Acadian Pratt says NBC's now reporting Grumpy will. Oh, wait. Will face serious consequences if he finds Democrats candidates. So anyway, but first we're looking at the will Trump support? Will he throw huge amounts of money behind Democrats? Amy Jones says, I bet he calls it the X Party. I was just assuming that would be the case. Will he back Democrats? Well, he hasn't always been officially right-wing. His policies have been, but no, there's the tech bro There's a particular kind of tech bro. Not all tech bros are awful, but there is a particularly nasty authoritarianism in certain aspects of the tech bro world. Adding insult to injury, fruits of labor. He could. There's a threat. This is a lot of money. It's fruits of labor, but it's not necessarily giving that money away. It's not necessarily giving it to Democrats. Because Musk could also put a lot of money behind challengers, primarying Republicans. Oh, that's more likely. Because the way Musk has been talking, his idea for a new party would be that they would be financially conservative and anti national deficit, national debt. Musk is still awful, absolutely awful. This does feel like trying to move some kind of secret behind the MAGA movement. Higher wisdom, trying to make some changes. I'm also very... He's a terrible person. But he does have, kids he doesn't really take care of. But I choose to be a good person, so wherever I can. Not perfect, but wherever I can. So I do hate to see the sheer level of addiction this man's dealing with. Because Musk said that, Trump will be here for the next 3.5 years. Please don't rub it in. But I'm going to be here for the next 40. I don't think so. With the pharmacy that you're ingesting on a regular basis, with that periodic table of pill boxes you have. Bernie says he's 52 years old. 53, isn't he? Oh, I want to say he's about, what would it be? 5 months older than I am, I think. And I'm 53. So, anyway. Yeah, we have a couple of outer planet things in common. So, thank you, Amy. Which is just infuriating. Elon Musk and I are the same age. Huzzah. Anyway. The next thing we were going to look at 3920 was I'm going to just call it the X Party. Although, I mean, they could do the Know Nothing Party, but it's been done. It's already been taken. So, yeah. Alice says, at least we're taking legal medications. True. True. Beastman says, I was born in the same hospital as Dumpy. Oh, I'm so sorry. So the X party, or whatever he would call it. Yeah, Beth, the 3K party. And the scary thing is that the K's could stand for a whole bunch of different things. They're just going to call it the X party. So, Elon, can let's try to start the X party or whatever stupid thing you'd call it. Far-right communication. Well, of course he thinks he knows best. This is a new start of something legal. Could be like a part or oh, Sherry, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're talking about at the moment. But here's that's the start of something new. And a legal or political entity. Ace of Swords. There's the Chariot. Big show. Eight of Swords. It will hem some people in, and it would be expensive. But it would split the party, the Republican Party. Don't threaten us with a good time. Thank you, this kid. So the guards are saying, meh, maybe. It just feels like, even though honestly, it's not as long until the midterms and even the next election than you might think. It feels like it's been a million years. It feels like the time since, late January to now. It feels like it's been at least 2 years. But there's a lot that can happen between here and there. And it feels like there's a lot that's going to happen between here and there. So, Christine says, you look so much better than Muskrat. Thank you. And he even had a facelift. I've never had any work done. Okay. Wow. So X party, or whatever he would call it. Just double checking. It would strengthen Democrats' wisdom. Yeah, right. Seven of Cups. They would definitely attack the party. It would be a lot more rhetoric against Democrats, but it just would end up strengthening Democrats. So, fingers crossed. Beastman says, clean living and a good heart show in the face. That is true. That is true. I saw somebody the other day was showing characters from old TV shows and how old they were at the time, the actors, how old the characters were supposed to be, which was about the age of the actors. It was like, really? Oh, Alice from the Brady Bunch was 42. Trying to think what else. I can't remember, but it was interesting. So, anyway, well, I saw this article, but Debsy specifically asked about it. So, Do you recall the arrogant toddlers who stormed the Capitol? I call them the arrogant toddlers. They're Petty Boots Club, I think, calls them the Peanut Butter Boys or the whatever. The arrogant toddlers, as I call them. So Dumpy got into office and he commuted a bunch of their sentences. Get out of jail free cards. So you'd think, take the W and go home. Take the win, go home. 5 members of the arrogant toddlers are suing the government for $100 million, claiming their constitutional rights were violated during their January 6th arrest and detention. They're the victims. Yes. So the arrogant toddlers on January 6th, they were the victims. Whoa. Here's the thing, though. They may not even need to take it to court with Dumpy and Pam Bondi in charge, because the Ashli Babbitt's family was just paid off. They sued as well, and they got a huge settlement where the DOJ was like, and so they just got their money and went on their way. So are our tax dollars going to go to pay off the arrogant toddler, to pay them? This is only slightly infuriating. Amy, yes, I think it was $5 million for Babbitt. Really? Our tax dollars to pay off the violent insurrectionists. Really? Really? Amy says, but we can't afford lunches for kids. Exactly. Exactly my point. Well, there's Dumpy the man right in the middle. If they do, they're going to try to, if the government is going to try to pay them off, they're going to try to do it under the radar a little bit. Knight of Wands. So stand back and stand by. Oh, look. Yeah, stand back and stand by for the Emperor. Oh, and then they faced justice and the Hanged Man. And now they're going after the government. 4 of Cups, refusal. 3 of Cups. We were happy to see them put in prison. But there's Dumpy the man. There's sitting pretty with your money. And then there's some weak people over here betrayed. So the arrogant toddlers could end up sitting pretty. This is why we go through the news together, because there are other times it would make you want to scream. But we do it together. And we're going to get through this. And seriously, Trump has lost and lost and lost. All these things they've tried to do, he's tried to do. And so many of them have just been a wet dishcloth, but less useful. So, Chris Cool had an interesting question. I don't know if I've ever read on this. If I did, it was years ago. But Chris Cool was asking, to me, Taco's eyes seem lizard-shaped. lately I've seen a guy who looks like Taco, but with rounder eyes. Does Taco have a body double? Right, his Boobas and Kitty through the cat door, off to the buffet. Oh, yes. Oh, Amy, thank you. What a world. I love the message. What a world. Thank you. Thank you. Taco. Does Taco have a body double? And how sad. How sad for that person. Can you imagine? Hey, we've got the perfect job for you. You are going to be Donald Trump's absolutely spot on body double. If that is the case, perhaps you should look at your life choices. The narcissism is an issue. I mean, yes, he's paranoid, but the paranoia is, if there is somebody who looks that much like me, there are people who would want to try to replace me. Although nobody could replace me. The internal arguments of the narcissist. Big judgment. And who are you going to go to Trump and say, see that guy over there? He's your new body double. And he's not 6'4" and 180 pounds. And Trump's going to be like, oh, okay. But you a new one. Ten of Pentacles, Hermit, Knight of Pentacles. Not really. Bethany says that would creep me out. I know, right? So, yeah. I'm not getting much there. So, what else have we got here? Oh, Cosmic Goat Lady had an interesting question. I had heard about this, but we hadn't looked at it. At 52:45, will Dumpy get the White House ballroom that he wants? I guess Trump wants to do a waltz. Don't they already have space that's like a ballroom? This would be a big no. Yeah, but tell us how you're going to cut the budget. This is pie in the sky. That's a no, and that's a really big no. No squared. Amy says it would mean the rose garden goes. That's where he wants it. Oh, really? Retelling's voice says, as I understand it, the rooms are small, and for huge events, they have to do outside tents. Ah, I see. I'm getting a big no. So, okay. You know what? I am going, this last question about Russell Vaught, I'm going to, because there are a couple of questions, I'm going to move that over to tomorrow so I can really dig in. So we'll stop today. Let me do cards for us. 55. anything we need to know? Yeah. Just see Donald dance. Was it Phil Collins? I Can't Dance. Oh. So cards for us. What do we need to know? What do we need to do? Other than to keep being kind and wonderful like you already are. This it says, has anyone seen Melanhedonia lately? There's an argument to be made that she hasn't been around because Trump doesn't have that much money to pay her. So what do we need to know? I don't think it's over. I got this yesterday that Muck and Dumpy are on edge. Did he post? 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 Did he? They're on edge. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. There are cooler minds trying to intervene, but it ends in adding insult to injury. So don't be surprised. I've heard some the Thursday, next Thursday is the 12th. I've heard some astrologers saying that on June 12th, which is next Thursday, the day after the full moon, that Muck could end up, actually, I would think on the full moon on Wednesday. We'll see what happens, because what they were saying was that on June 12th, that Muck would be more likely to run his mouth. Yes, please. 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 So this week, I mean, obviously there's a lot of effort to try to de-escalate this, but this is today. This is 7th. This is the 8th. 8th. Jupiter changes sign into Musk's sign on Monday. Jupiter, big, expansive, blowhard at times. Full moon is Wednesday. All through here, leading up to the full moon. If things are going to calm down, I would be it's going to be interesting to see what happens over these 4 days leading up to this full moon on Wednesday. Because we know what it's like if you're working in ER, or there are various places you can work where it's like, oh no, it's full moon. Yeah. So we'll see. All right. Visualize 70 says, I'm looking into my crystal ball right now. Yes, Musk is definitely going to run his mouth. Guaranteed. Mega's saying Jupiter's leaving Dumpy's sign for Musk. That's true. Leaving Gemini for Cancer. Thank you. Dancing Blue says, thank you, Autumn and chat. Entertaining as always makes the news easier to take. Good. That is the point. That is the point. All right. So it is 1:11 p.m. here in Chicago. That's going to do it for me for today. I will be back tomorrow. But at 3 o'clock today, I will also be on Creative Sprints. So even though Sarah is resting, and if she isn't, I'm going to nudge her to go rest. I'm not. I've got lots to do. And so I will be running Creative Sprints today, starting at 3 o'clock. I guess it's 1:12 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3, I'll be over on Creative Sprints. Other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember you're not alone. You're not. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. Hang in there. All right. And I will see you later.